Alright, looks like we're live. Congratulations, Ben. You are indeed first.
So Devin and Levon have arrived in Istanbul, and they were getting in a ride in Ingen's limo. Now, even though the pay-per-view is supposed to be 6 days away, they just decided to go ahead and do the match. It might look like it's left-handed, but this is just because whoever was filming is using the selfie camera and upside down. Off the go of the match, we see that Devin is hitting outside, going for his classic open sweeping top roll, and Levon is attempting to contain this move. It looked like Levon might be having a bit of a struggle trying to contain this top roll, so instead he starts rising up and over the top of Devin. And as soon as he does this, we see Levon start smiling as he knows that he has now gained control of height despite Devin's shenanigans during the setup. For some, it looks like Devin starts to think that he has something and he begins to tell Levon to quit. It looked like initially Levon his lack of footwear. You can see the sheer in Levon's eye undergone way was generated before the planet. Levon on the valiant attack.
Days Later is one of the best zombie movies of all time, and then they made 28 Weeks Later, and now 28 Years Later is in production. If they would have waited just a couple more years, then it actually would have been 28 years after 28 Days Later was released. Cillian Murphy is set to executive produce the movie, and it's very possible that he'll have a starring role, or at the very least, he'll have a bit part in the movie. And with as successful as Cillian Murphy's acting career has been, I have a feeling that there are going to be some pretty big names that are going to end up getting attached to this movie. In fact, I'm probably going to go back and watch 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later this weekend because this news is just fantastic.
Could Iran invade Israel?
This came from Twitter personality Jackson Hinkle, who said Iran has 41 million citizens fit for military service. Israel has 3 million. You do the math.
And that is an opinion that a person can have, but there's not a lot of strategic depth to it. The fact is that neither Israel nor Iran could invade each other. Neither country has the logistical ability to do it. I mean, what good is having 41 million citizens fit for service if you can't get them to where they need to fight, and once you get them there, they can't sustain? There's really only 4.5 armies in the entire world that have expeditionary capability. That's the United States, Great Britain, France, Russia, and China is trying to get that capability.
Iran has a handful of amphibious warfare ships, but if they tried to leave the Persian Gulf and actually transit to Israel to do a landing,
there would be no more Iranian Navy.
And trying to move through Iraq or Syria by truck, well, you get the idea.
So just speculating on the idea kind of tells me that Jackson Hinkle has no capacity for strategic thought. Don't get your intelligence from Jackson Hinkle. Get it from a guy who drinks whiskey in his bath.
I realize that Metal Gear Solid 5 is more enjoyable if you view it as the inverse of Metal Gear Solid 2's plot. I don't know how it's the inverse. That doesn't really make sense.
Okay, I'm about to blow your mind. Ask yourself this question. Why would Iran fire what seems to be like 250 slow-moving targets into the best multi-layered air defense system after telegraphing the attack 10 days in advance, just to have it end up being shot out from the sky like a bunch of flies? Now, this is the real story, not the mainstream media BS you've been hearing. Allow me to explain. So, about 10 days ago, the Israelis carried out a very embarrassing thing for the Iranians. They took out the entire chain of command of the Quds Force in Syria and Lebanon. They took out 7 generals in one strike, ruining the entire chain of command. That shows great PR, that shows great intelligence, and great execution. And mainly it embarrassed.
I love corn. Best food hands down. You can do hella shit with corn. Potatoes close second.
Corn is pretty awesome. I really like popcorn. Thanks for the donation, Caleb.
Versus Iran very severely. So Iran had to retaliate. And tonight, we saw the retaliation happen. The Iranians shot 185 suicide drones, 110 ballistic missiles, and 36 cruise missiles into Israeli territory. Now, this is the first.
Say what's up to Lenny, he literally just went live. He already read the comment about your training progress, so maybe asked for a collab.
Probably saw a
Let's see,
brochure
2 minutes
somewhere
ago.
at the USPS break area. Or you ever see those racks when you go to a tourist trap like Vegas or other places? They have those racks with all those brochures in it about all kind of hotels, I guess, and amusement parks and fishing expeditions. And they tell you that they're having a sale right now. There's Onyx. She's part of the podcast too. And he looks at them and he gets a grin on his face, and here we go again. So I'd like to start off saying that the weather was perfect. The humidity was very reasonable, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. And when you're in Florida, that means there's going to be no humidity. Comfortable. And of course, you get a nice ocean breeze when you're living within proximity of an ocean, as I certainly am. Onyx, get off of there. Hey, she's gonna knock the shelf down. Get up.
I am trying to increase my pull-up and push-up numbers. What is best way of doing it? Also, how are doing Richard?
Training those lifts relatively frequently, at least 3 days per week, would probably be a good idea. Also avoiding training till failure and just doing more sets. That would probably help you increase your push-up and pull-up numbers. Thanks for the donation, though, Fuyu. I'm doing good. I've just been really fucking tired the last couple days. I don't know why. I'm just really sleepy.
And of course, when he says he's going to the Keys, that's supposed to entail some type of magical response from others. And I'm sure at USPS Delray, he was saying that for weeks. I'm going to the Keys on vacation these days. I want these days off.
Yo-Yo Vegan Donators, watched fights last night. These are highlights of the night. I did not. Let me see.
KVG, where were you yesterday? You said you would be streaming, then I thought that those pills were improving your mental health.
Yeah, I just fell asleep. I slept all day. I got up for like 30 minutes. And then I got tired again. And then I went back to bed and I slept for like another 9 hours. So I was just really sleepy. That's why I didn't stream last night. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Nice. Yeah, it looks like some good fights. I didn't watch it.
About 30 or 40 manatees, big blobs. Pretty much, if you want to use the word boring, which that's a cookie cutter word that I don't like to use, that's the most unexciting thing you could ever look at. I suggest
manatees are
looking
amazing.
at cattle in a field is much more interesting than looking at a bunch of bloated manatees laying in the water.
Dude,
back to
manatees are
back.
the best.
No expression, no face, no personality. They don't do any jumps or tricks like dolphins do. They don't have the detail of a shark or some type of exotic fish. They just lay there like a hump, like a big, it looks like a bunch of potatoes in a pot. And that's what we got. And in the most interesting, or I should say bizarre thing that I've seen on that Instagram is Brad having a medal around his neck. And if you know Brad, he's
You could have at least made a committee post saying you could not stream yesterday. We have talked about this.
Yes, Dodo, I'll try doing that from now on. I was just too tired to fucking do anything, dude. I'll try to do that next time, though. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
That he didn't go into detail. He just put a ribbon around his neck. It could have been somebody that was there, seated on that
Okay, Lenny isn't even
dock with
responding
him.
to
He could have said, "Can I
comments.
borrow that for a
He's
second?"
kind of just blabbing about manatees.
I don't make too much of it, but it said 7-mile run on it. And you know as well as I did that Brad,
Manatees are pretty awesome. Fucking love manatees.
So everybody comes here to Crystal River to swim with these manatees. They're such a fun, lovable, peaceful, docile creature. They're
Look at
so
them.
ugly that you gotta love them. Them big, huge snouts and the whiskers.
They're not ugly. They're just nice
they're absolutely adorable.
blobs.
How can you argue with that? Crystal River on Florida's west coast is often called or gets slapped with a hefty
Wow.
fine. If you go to Crystal River to see manatees, keep that in mind. So, what exactly is a manatee? Until recently, this docile mammal was mythologized and misunderstood. Manatees have some interesting adaptations for a if you listen closely.
Oh, look at
Sometimes
the
you can
little
hear
baby.
the calves chirping vocalizations.
Oh my god.
So cute. Mothers typically give birth to a single calf, and on very rare occasions, twins.
Yeah, manatees are pretty awesome. Love manatees.
First time Iran has directly struck Israel. That is the first time it happened, and this is a huge, huge deal. But it's not as big as mainstream media wants you to think. Allow me to explain. Now, the Israelis, with their terrific multi-layer air defense system, and the UK and France and the US and Jordan and Saudi Arabia, they all participated in tonight's basically defense effort to shoot down these, 250, 300 targets out of the sky. And eventually 99.9% of them did not go through. One or two blew up, basically causing some damage and one injury. And that was the whole thing. Now, look, the whole thing started out at about 8 p.m. local time in Israel, and it ended at 4 a.m. Now, in that time span, the airspace in Israel was absolutely shut down. The airports was off. But as of 6 a.m. local time, they reopened the skies.
Also, will I have you?
Let me see, Dodo.
Reaction to O.J. Simpson's death, pouring in. Even in death, Simpson is getting strong reactions, sparking outrage, including a first draft of his obit. Here's what went on. Simpson died Wednesday, age 76, following a battle with prostate cancer. After a successful football career, of course, and Hollywood career, Simpson was put on trial in 1995 for the murders of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and Ron Goldman, her friend. He was, of course, acquitted. New York Times, though, drew the ire of readers shortly after publishing Simpson's obituary, and here's part of the reason why. He ran to football fame on the field and made fortunes in movies, okay? But his world was ruined after he was charged with killing his former wife and her friend, okay? That's the first draft there. That line after outrage was changed to, he ran to football fame and made fortunes in movies. His trial for the murder of his former wife and her friend became an inflection point on race.
He killed them. Why was there outrage? He fucking killed them.
In America. So
there's no one else who could have done it.
It just always amazes me how this stuff goes apparently from one or even two or three people straight to the viewers or to the readers. There was another line within the piece that was changed from this, the infamous case which held up a cracked mirror to black and white America, cleared Simpson, but ruined his world. Again, that's the draft, to this. The jury in the murder trial cleared him, but the case, which had held up a cracked mirror to black and white America, changed the trajectory of his life. And so reaction from social media.
It's a weird thing to say when he murdered them. The only path to any teller is more proof Eddie doesn't read data. Let me see. Eddie Abu's such a fucking jackass, dude. I literally hate him.
You're vegans, plant-based, leave me the fuck alone. Eddie, I'm vegan, I'm plant-based, I'm vegetarian, what can you help me? And I'm like, no, I can't. It goes against everything I believe. I'm not going to be starting to promote protein bars. I know people say, Eddie, you sell protein bars, come to my fucking gym. You never come to my fucking gym. How the fuck do you know that I sell protein bars? I'm telling you that we're supposed to eat animal protein as human beings. If you want to eat plants, that's fine. But stay on your side of the fence. I can't help you. I don't want to help you. How can I help you with something that I don't believe in at all?
Yeah, so that's just an admission that he is not a good trainer and doesn't know how to organize diet plans for specific needs. Give him a mango slice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. It's a good little Wolverine. Oh my god. Wow. That's a big weasel. That's amazing. Wow. That's a cute little burb. That's a good burb. Oh.
That he's supposed to be to work at 1.
Oh my
Here's
God.
your bread and butter. Hey, here.
Oh my god.
Hang on, I got the other half for you. You ready?
It's a good warthog. Oh my god. Look at him.
Holy crap, is the New York Times defending OJ? What is with these SJWs defending minorities despite the invadal being a criminal?
It makes no sense to me, Dodo. Of all people, OJ Simpson, one of the biggest dipshits of all time. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Let me see. Whoa. Those ducks and the goose are having a meeting. That's amazing. God, I hate people.
小朋友离得远一点，小心周围有蟑螂。在这儿还有一个和混血的那个肉绝狗。
Yeah, I'm sure that red panda's pretty annoyed with everybody. It's a very nice red panda, though. Thanks for the donation, The Only Path.
I've picked up a dozen Chef Boyardee's Kenfer in Instacart batch today. Who the hell still eat those? How are they still around when they're nasty as shit? Would never eat that crap even if they come out with vegan ones.
Yeah, Chef Boyardee is fucking nasty. I remember having that stuff when I was a kid, and it was gross. Yeah, that must have been like a degenerate retard that you got groceries for. Thanks for the donation, Grey Knight.
Users was Swift. Here's some of it. Mary at K1A9 Mom says, New York Times, I think Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman's lives were, quote, ruined when the deranged man murdered them. He is a murderer. He deserves no flowery prose to cover.
That is so weird.
Again, and everything went back to normal. Why? Well, at the same time that this happened, the Iranian mission to the UN posted a tweet or post, whatever it's called now on X, and it basically said, look, we were justified in doing what we did. It was a response to you guys killing our generals, but now the score has settled. We're not going to do anything else. Don't strike us. Don't attack us. We're done. We're finished. Now, why would they say that? Well, allow me to explain. And this is going to be the actual analysis, not the BS you get on mainstream media. Now, look, why would you fire a barrage of really slow-moving targets that need 7 to 9 hours to reach their destination and telling the Israelis in advance you're going to do this, giving them, a week and a half to prepare, knowing full well they're going to shoot everything down from the sky. Well, number one, Iran had to save face. You see, after what happened with the Israelis killing their generals, they had to retaliate because otherwise they look like a biatch. So they had to save face. They had to do something big. We just launched hundreds of missiles into Israel. Hoorah!
When did the concept of judging people individually and not solely based on the race, sexuality, etc. suddenly become forged into society?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure, Dodo, but yeah, OJ is a bad person, regardless of his race. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
They've done that, and they've achieved that goal. They have a local PR game to play.
Lenny responded, go back a minute.
Let me see. Fuck.
John Romero said the teas and cement. He thought that was Vegan Gains. Definitely do a training collab with you, a podcast, a Zoom podcast, whatever. Hard. Vince McMahon wants to sign me. Well, he knows where my Instagram is, as well as all you maniacs. Jake says Brad might as well go to.
Dude, how the hell do I even set up, like, a podcast interview or whatever with Big Lenny? Like, every time I message him, he doesn't respond. He keeps saying he'd be down to have a debate or something. Nothing ever happens. I don't know. I could probably track him down in Florida, like, if I actually physically went there. But, yeah, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do a podcast with him.
Always ask me, how do you stay so fit upside down on your hand?
How do you feel about taking your cats for walks or rides in a car? Also, I love strawberry ice cream. I eat long as it's vegan ice cream and vegan strawberries. Nigga or yay, nigga or yay.
Well, when we were moving to this new place, Jasmine put the cats in her car, and they were good. They didn't really have any problems with a car ride. If your cats are chill and they don't seem to mind it, I don't see a problem with it. I think it's good to give your cats some sort of enrichment and take them outside once in a while. Strawberry ice cream's fucking disgusting. As long as it's vegan, though, I can't say I have too much of a problem with it. Thanks for the donation, Chamomile Cam. This is the Liver King before he was YouTube famous.
And I always tell him the answer's the same. I do active wrists and a whole lot of deficit work.
Yeah, so he was on steroids for a while.
Happy birthday! We really hope that you're still alive. Good morning, Primal!
Yeah, so this guy was taking steroids for quite a while before he even did the Liver King thing.
Play back home. They have a regional PR game to play in their neighborhood. So they've done that. Now, the second part of the equation, which you don't hear right now in mainstream media, which really freaks me out how they can't see it, is two goals. Iran at this juncture, at this point in time, is not particularly interested in waging a full-scale war with Israel and consequently with the US because it's a package deal right now. Why? Well, because Iran is racing towards a nuclear weapon. which they will achieve quite soon, why would they start a war with the US and the Israelis before they have a nuke when they're so close to getting it? Doesn't make any sense. So Iran doesn't really want a war right now. So the whole thing here was designed to cause a severe response, but not to trigger a regional war with Israel and the US. On top of it, the Biden administration back in the US is living through a PR nightmare. The Democratic base is turning against Biden because of the foreign policy issues, because of the Gaza issues, because of the Israeli issues. So it's not a very popular thing right now. So Biden...
Dude, isn't it so fucked that Biden actually has great foreign policy positions, but then, like, because everybody's a cucked fucking retard, they're like, Biden's evil, he's supporting genocide, I'm not voting for Biden, I'm gonna get Trump in office, who's a fucking racist xenophobe who hates Muslims, he'll protect the Palestinians.
Ick him like nobody on the internet, but I challenged Liver King and Paul Saladino to a fight. Him only 120 pounds and they haven't responded. I'd probably still win.
Oh, dude, they're massive, massive fucking pussies. For one thing, Paul's weak as a fucking kitten. There are girls who weigh less than 100 pounds who could beat his ass and are stronger than him. And Liver King can barely move. Like, if you ever see him walk around, like, the amount of steroids and shit he's taken have made him, like, super uncoordinated and slow. So, yeah, you probably could take them. Thanks for the donation, Chamomile Cam.
YTF does Destiny keep defending Fresh after he got that girl pregnant? It's so odd he's defending them when they are clearly pieces of shit in every way.
I don't know if he's so much defending Fresh. Like, what I've heard from him is he's acknowledging that Fresh is an irresponsible moron, but this girl is taking advantage of somebody who she knows is an irresponsible moron so that she can get child support payments. So Fresh is such a fucking moron. It's hard to give him any sympathy in this situation because he literally walked right into it. It's almost as if there's like an ice cream truck that came by that had a big sign on the side saying, "We don't sell ice cream, and if you come here, we're going to punch you in the face." And then he went up to the ice cream truck and got punched in the face after reading the sign. Like, that's basically the fucking situation. Like, Fresh is just a fucking idiot. I don't know why the hell you'd fucking date a Chinese escort, come inside her again and again and again and again, and then when you get her pregnant, you're like, I can't have children. Like, why the fuck would you do that then? Like, it's insane. Thanks for that donation, Emerson Matt.
You could maybe try DMing John Bravo on Instagram to get you in contact with Lenny. John did an IRL interview with him a few years. Or you could maybe try DMing Brad. His IG handle is Big Brad Wolf.
Alright. I'll try messaging John Bravo and see if I can set it up. Thanks for the donation, Pooh.
Great, now Iran is at war with Israel and it might result in the world ending since it will possibly be nuclear. Can this world get any worse?
There's not going to be a war between Iran and Israel. If Iran had the capability of going to war with Israel, they would have done it by now. They can't. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
How do you think Finn would behave during a ride like this?
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's super chill. It all started one day when Uka was watching me paraglide. Uka would come running between my legs.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, you want to try? We can try if you want. To check if Uka was okay to fly, I had a checklist. 2 days we were a lot of training. Finally, that moment came. This opportunity. He knew what.
Oh my god. Whoa. Look at that.
it was a dream come true for me when Uka and I were married. He was super
I
kind,
love how the dog is just chilling there.
super chill.
I think Finn would probably really like that. He'd probably just be really happy and poot around, gliding. Thanks for the donation, Avi Duder.
Biden is bleeding votes back home because he can't explain to his own Democratic base what's going on in Gaza. And the Iranians are not about to bail him out of this. If Iran, which is a sovereign country, would attack Israel and cause lots of damage, it's, fair game, war. Two countries go to war, an ally gets attacked, we're going to go to defend. The Gaza story goes off the feed. The Gaza story becomes yesterday's news. Nobody cares about the Palestinians, about Gaza. It's now a full-blown war between Iran and Israel, and the U.S. is going to defend, and then everybody's going to get behind the flag, and it's a legitimate war, right? That solves a lot of problems for Biden, for his team, to make the whole Palestinian-Gaza thing make it yesterday's news. So for the Iranians to start a full-blown war, they're going to bail out Biden. He has enough rope right now back home to hang himself from a PR standpoint. So that is why they didn't want to cause any damage, because it's very hard to justify going to war with Iran when there's no damage and there's no casualties. How can you justify that? Because Iran, they did something horrible, but really it was just a meager attempt. Nothing really happened. It's going to be very hard to push this narrative back home to explain it, why we're going to spend more billions, more American lives, more the whole shebang to go to war against Iran when they really didn't do nothing. It was such an embarrassing attack. So that is the thought process of Iran. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know. Because the Israelis might just say, you know what? You struck us from your own geography for the first time in history. You fired 250 rockets into our country. We're going to retaliate. Screw off. If that happens, whole different ball game. Then it means Hezbollah gets involved with their 150,000 rockets aimed towards Israel, which means massive damage to Israeli infrastructure, full-blown regional war. The US gets involved, NATO gets involved, the whole thing. So if the Israelis respond, that will definitely escalate to regional war very, very quickly. But if they don't, it's pretty much over. Now, what have we learned from this story? Well, number one, I think this is proof for those of you who needed this proof that Gaza was just one more step to the real war. It wasn't about Gaza. It wasn't about the Palestinians. Gaza was just kind of a promo, a testing ground for Iran to see what's going on. Gaza is just the stepping stone to the real regional war that's undoubtedly happening. Now, you saw it yesterday. That was just a promo. We also saw yesterday Saudi Arabia and Jordan shoot down Iranian rockets that were aimed towards Israel. So for those of you who thought that the Abraham Accords, this regional military alliance with Israel, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia and the UAE is dead, alive and kicking, stronger than ever. In fact, that freaked out Saudi Arabia more than you think. So the regional alliance, the Abraham Accords, yesterday you saw exactly what happened. Jordan literally took a stand pro-Israel and Saudi Arabia as well. So they might talk the talk, but when push comes to shove, the alliance is alive and kicking. Also, I was quite surprised. I mean, we knew Israel had a very good multi-layered air defense system. We knew it's probably the best in the world. But it's kind of like buying a car that's like, a 0 to 60, 3-second car, supercar. But you've never taken it out for a spin. You never really know what it feels like. And yesterday we saw them take that car out for the spin. Shoots down, didn't even tickle it. Shoot down 250, 300 rockets like it was nothing. So the multi-layer air defense system of Israel is very impressive. They did have help from the US and France and the UK and Saudi Arabia and Jordan, but the brunt of it was done by the Israeli system. Very impressive. I think the other thing we've learned here that the Iranian nuclear bomb is a big, big problem for the world, not for the Israelis. Because the thing with nuclear weapons is like, we know that if you have a nuke, you kind of understand you can't use it, right? It's a weapon that can never be used because you're going to start a chain reaction that's going to destroy the world. Einstein said, World War III is going to be fought with nukes and World War IV with stick and stones. So everybody knows, if you got a nuke, it's just a deterrent. But yesterday we saw these guys do something crazy, proving that Iran is not really a rational player. So now the world needs to think, do we want Iran, these crazy mofos, they just did that, to have a nuclear bomb? So the nuclear bomb of Iran is now back on the table as a huge point of discussion for the world after being off the table for a couple of years. That's a huge achievement for the Israelis, actually. I think another achievement for the Israelis is the fact that the whole independent proxies...
Can we react to some ments after? This is a good episode.
Sure, why not? Thanks for the donation, Pooh.
Houthi rebels, it's gone. Now we know it's Iran. I mean, we knew it's Iran, but now if you needed more proof, this is all Iran. There's no such thing as independent proxies. Now you have it. I think regardless whether Israel responds today or tomorrow or next week or in a year, the chances of a regional war between Israel, Iran, and the US and Hezbollah is now much, much higher than they were just 24 hours ago. I think there's about 3 to 6 months left in Gaza until the Israelis clean it up. And then they will probably push towards Lebanon and push towards Hezbollah, which might trigger a regional war, might not. We'll see. I think that the United States has made good on its promise to defend Israel, and that's admirable. And it gives them a lot of credibility. But I think the problem here is that Biden literally said, don't do it to Iran, to which they responded by doing exactly what he threatened them not to do the same day, which if they live to tell about it, it's going to be a bad look for Biden. It's going to look weak. But, you can't win them all. Now, as always, thank you for joining me today.
The way you feel about cheesecakes and strawberry ice cream is the way I feel about almond milk and vegan cheese. If someone's default milk is not soy milk, I automatically don't trust them. Silk loves me 'cause I drink their soy milk by the gallon. More for me.
Yeah, I do not get almond milk. Soy milk is just superior in every way. It's really weird. Like, it tastes better, has a better texture, has more protein, more nutrition. Don't know why anybody would drink almond milk. Thanks for the donation, though, Soy Lord.
No need to watch the vid, just look at his hairline. Does he have a better hairline than Svaria before his wig?
Let me see.
I definitely can see why people...
What the fuck? I would say he does have a better hairline than Sverige. He does have a big forehead, but Sverige's hairline was way, way back. Like, super, super receded, so... I think he does edge out Sverige's hairline. Thanks for the donation, Grandam.
One problem, guys. You were all standing and saluting the wrong thing.
I thought we were going to salute that.
Did you? I bet you did. Of course. What do you think about that, Roger Goodell? And fucking Gwynn.
I'd like to lead a prayer. I'd like to thank God for the safety of Brad for that heroic act. He died at great personal risk to himself and to protect him in the future from that madman. But he picked the wrong estate to do that at.
Drunk hillbilly beating
Let's say anything about you doing that, Dale. You probably run for cover or grab one of your guns.
Well, what was posted on Instagram was only the tail end of it. Yeah, it was...
Yeah, that guy was a fucking asshole.
So is this going to be like the new tradition? Every video we do here starts with the national anthem.
Absolutely.
No kneeling,
Absolutely.
none of that bullshit.
You kneel for the flag, you're not welcome in here. Yes, I'm wearing gloves because my hands sweat like a motherfucker.
Would you raid my old gym bag? Let me see these things.
They're good.
That's actually that's a nice
no, you know how when you get sweaty. You get
Well, the camera's already slippery.
Yeah.
Are you still
Otherwise, I wouldn't wear this fucking shit.
Andrew? Are you still
I started going back 6 weeks ago, officially. Yeah. Machines only.
Yeah, this is the hottest gym by far. I trained here a few months ago. This ain't, you gotta be hardcore like Brad, the human living Superman that delivers circulars by day and takes care of criminals by night and trains. And after working in a 140-degree mail truck with no ACs,
It's not 100.
it's like a hot box that they put you in isolation in prison.
It's all aluminum. It's like a fucking toaster oven. It's hotter inside the truck than it is outside. It's terrible. But hopefully we'll get air-conditioned trucks.
How heavy do you go?
And he's a neighborhood superhero.
25,
Possibly prevented a murder.
Yeah, I'll probably.
And almost pushed a guy down. The guy wanted no parts of him. That's what you need.
Until he was getting in the cop car. And then he started yelling at everybody.
Yeah, it was
What
great.
if some fairy was
Baby,
out
I'm
there?
going to jail. Come give me a kiss.
He went to kiss her and she didn't want to be kissed, so he started biting her
biting her
face.
face.
She's got bite marks
Right
on her
out
face.
Well,
What
she should
the
have took
fuck?
the
Oh, does she
kiss.
really have bite marks?
Yeah, she
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here, neck,
I just saw like maybe he was grabbing her neck.
That wasn't their first rodeo, trust me.
Well, she even said they're always drinking and fighting.
Yeah.
And she's probably just as bad as him, to be honest.
Well, that's what the other guy said.
She seems just as bad as him. I mean, he's the aggressor, but I'm pretty sure she's provoking him.
He'll get out of jail tomorrow and they'll be
Fighting
drinking
She's
and
not
fucking
pressing
fighting
charges.
tomorrow.
Oh, no. Sure, she's not.
She already told the police. Even the cop lectured her too. He's like, this is gonna happen again.
Well, that's why I told her, I said, you're gonna go back to him, the shit's gonna happen again, and eventually either you're gonna be dead or he's gonna be
If
dead.
for anyone who wants to know what we're talking about, just go to the Delray Misfits Instagram and watch the 20-second clip.
Live while it's still running. He's got the latest videos.
Lenny, open this real. This was addressed to the P.O. Box, Tranny Connoisseur, so
Wow.
it's gotta be for you.
Must be for Nate.
I wonder if in the history of mail in this country, anyone's ever written to the Tranny Connoisseur on an envelope.
What is it?
Fly Bree series.
Is this a flag? It's a flag.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's red. It's got to be two things. Three things. A Confederate flag, a Nazi flag, or a communist Russia, China
Dude, if you
hammer and sickle flag.
You'll wind up on a fucking watch list if you
No,
order a Nazi flag.
not
You don't
me.
think so? Okay.
What is it? It's like, this is great. It looks like it must got to be a commie
Jesus,
flag.
Christmas-
Hammer and sickle.
Christmas must have taken 2 days of your fucking house the way you open shit. Oh my God.
I was right. But these are legal now, see? Right up, you can put this right above Arnold, right by Saladino. Since this is acceptable with Black Lives Matter, so
Is it?
your bride will be on a
If Joe Biden becomes president,
Exactly.
this will be acceptable.
totally acceptable in this country. Believe it? Who sent this? This is the Russian hammer and sickle, which, by the way, has been out since 1991. This is a classic.
You're riding with Biden. Is there a note in it or anything?
No, it doesn't say who it's from.
Reminds me of Ivan Drago in the Rocky Four. What do you think about that, commie Nate? Why don't you raise this as a beach towel? Beach, yeah.
Me no speak English. No.
Well, you got to put it up as the antagonist to the American flag. How's that? We'll put it over here.
Brad, are these ever going to get used?
That's a negative.
Huh?
He values his pecs.
Value my joints. Yeah, one day.
That's an instant
See,
tear. Didn't you tear your shit before?
I use them. I used to do.
One arm rows?
Yeah.
You tore your pec before, right?
And now it flex.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh, you do really?
It indents over there.
Yeah, well, that was going.
I don't want anybody to see the, you know.
That was on the finish.
Right. Yeah.
Was that 315?
No, it was. I was on decline and I was doing 275. It was just my last set. I was feeling fine. I think Hamburg was there that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kept going.
It happened. Paul's blood test. It's long, but it's time stamped.
I've heard from some of you in the past.
All right, well, his cholesterol's undoubtedly going to be high. It's probably not as high as it used to be. I think he had a LDL that was like in the 400s when he was on a pure carnivore diet. Glucose, electrolytes, thyroid panel, cortisol, cholesterol. Here we go.
Cholesterol, 222. Triglycerides, 89.
Yeah, so his cholesterol is quite high. That puts him in the high risk range.
HDL 53. This is where.
So yeah, I think back when he was doing carnivore, his cholesterol was literally like 400 and something.
Not to mention soy is a miracle food. It's the only food I know that can literally be turned into replacements for meat, cheese, milk, eggs. It even has anti-cancer properties. Sometime I wake up in disbelief that this food even exists. Carnists can cry.
Yeah. Soy is pretty awesome. You can pretty much do anything with soy. Thanks for the donation, Soy Lord. Yeah, so his total is 222. His LDL is 151. So he's in the high risk category for heart disease.
These usually are in the last couple of years since I've been doing a animal-based diet. You can see my LDL is 151, and in case you're wondering, my ApoB is 129. Now, let me talk about why I don't think this is a problem.
You don't think this is a problem because you're an idiot.
Was a strict carnivore, my LDL cholesterol was above 300. And my good friend Dave Feldman, who I've had on the podcast, has done some research with something he calls the lipid energy model. I think there's a good amount of evidence to suggest that if you are keto or carnivore, if you are limiting carbohydrates, for many people, their bodies will use the substrate found in LDL lipoprotein particle for energy, which means that if you are limiting carbohydrates, your
This is like the strangest cope I have ever seen for you know, cholesterol deniers. So the cope they used to use was, oh well, cholesterol isn't a risk factor. Like they just flat out deny that cholesterol is even a risk factor, and I think Paul still to this day does that. Now they're fucking talking about this lipid energy model thing, which all it is an explanation of why your cholesterol is elevated. It's not an explanation of why cholesterol, like elevated cholesterol, is safe. It's just an explanation of why your cholesterol may be elevated. It might not necessarily be related to your saturated fat or cholesterol intake. It may have something to do with your macro breakdown, but if your cholesterol is elevated for any reason, whether it be due to your genetics, whether it be due to a lack of exercise, a high saturated fat and cholesterol diet, this lipid energy model thing, no matter why your cholesterol is elevated, if it is elevated, that is a risk factor for heart disease. So I don't know why the fuck they're mentioning this lipid energy model. Like it's irrelevant. If you have high cholesterol, then that's a risk factor for heart disease.
LDL may be higher. When I included carbohydrates in my diet again, my LDL went down significantly from 350 to around 150 every time I checked, give or take.
Yeah, so that's probably not because of the lipid energy model hypothesis. It's probably just because he lowered his saturated fat and cholesterol intake. Like when you're eating nothing but fucking fatty red meat and then the majority of your calories end up coming from fruit, like, yeah, guess what's going to happen?
My LDL is usually around 150. I've had it as low as 130 and as high as 160 milligrams per deciliter, but that's where my LDL is when I am eating enough carbohydrates, down from 350. And the other thing that I think to consider is that if you are not eating enough carbohydrates, if your thyroid is not functioning properly, that can lead to problems with LDL metabolism as well. So lipid energy model plus minus, is your thyroid normal if you're keto?
Like, I don't even understand why he's like explaining this. It makes no sense. If your cholesterol's high, then you're at high risk. Like this doesn't hand wave that away.
Another thing to consider here is that there's a clear relationship between the ratio of saturated to polyunsaturated plus monounsaturated fats in your diet and your LDL cholesterol. What do I mean by this?
Yeah, no shit. It's called the Hegstead equation, dipshit. Uknero donated $2. Do you think a 30-year-old man talking to a 20-year-old woman romantically is weird? No. Spoke to my siblings about it once, and they basically said if the guy is high value, it isn't. Think there's a 15-year age difference between my mom and dad. So I think when my mom got together with my dad, she was like 20 something and he was like 30 something. Like she was 20, he was like 35, something like that. If you're 20, you're an adult. So a 10-year age gap doesn't seem all that substantial to me. Thanks for the donation though, Okanero.
The more saturated fat that I eat and the less polyunsaturated fat that I eat, the higher my LDL cholesterol is going to be.
Yeah, no shit. Just look at the Hegstead equation.
I could lower my LDL cholesterol easily by adding corn or canola or soybean oil to my food. I could lower my LDL cholesterol easily by not using butter or tallow, fats that I believe are very healthy, and by only using olive oil, a fat that...
He admits that eating these foods elevate his LDL, but he thinks they're healthy. Like, how retarded can you be?
Is, I would say, clearly inferior to animal fat for a variety of reasons, including the fact that it's often tainted with seed oils. It's very low quality in many cases, like I said, tainted with seed oils, oxidized, etc. I don't think olive oil is the worst thing in the world. It's better than seed oils because it's not refined, bleached, and deodorized. But there's a clear relationship here, and it's that the more saturated fat that I eat, my LDL goes up maybe 10 to 15% when I'm eating max saturated fat in my diet. And this is just normal human physiology. There's something called a homeoviscous model of adaptation that I won't get into in this podcast, but I believe that the membranes of our cells probably shift in relationship to our fat composition. And when we're eating more saturated fat, the body has to make changes in the membranes to keep them at a certain level of fluidity. And that requires LDL to go up a little bit to move cholesterol into the membranes of our cells. Now, consider this. There are many, many examples of people with cholesterol levels that are essentially equivalent to mine, living in the natural world, that don't have rates of heart disease that are high at all. In fact, they have vanishingly small.
Oh my god. Yeah, so dude, just because you can find case reports of people with very high LDL living to old age, that doesn't mean that's not an independent risk factor for disease. If you look at long-term randomized trials or prospective cohorts, the lower your cholesterol is, the better your chances are at avoiding heart disease. Why the fuck do you think that is, jackass?
Small amounts of cardiovascular disease with levels of LDL cholesterol that are essentially equivalent or even higher than mine. Who am I talking about? There's been a number of studies on people living in the Polynesian atolls, and you'll love the names here, the Tokelauans and the Pukapukans. And what we find is that the Tokelauans, these people are essentially neighbors in the Polynesian atolls. The Tokelauans eat significantly more saturated fat, predominantly from coconuts, than the...
They have higher rates of heart disease.
Pukapukans, not surprisingly, their LDL and total...
I tip this employee.
Let me see. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's my boy. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Wow.
Oh my god. He's got a cucumber.
Oh, God, I think it's
That's a really cute dog. Have you ever had fried oyster mushrooms? They look so dank. Yeah, I have. They're really dope. Yeah, there's a few restaurants in Toronto that have fried oyster mushrooms.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That is a big moose. Oh my god, look at his
Oh.
nose. Wow.
Okay, calm down. Stay there.
Dude,
Hey,
moose
stay.
noses are the fucking
It's
best
not easy.
noses. That's amazing.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh my
Good
god.
morning.
Wow. That's a good moose. Oh my god. Oh my
Okay, you guys stay
god.
out there. Okay, no.
Him, son.
That's really cute. Thanks for the donation, Avi Duder.
Cholesterols are about 20 to 30 milligrams per deciliter higher but they don't have more heart disease than the Puka-Pukans. In fact, both the Puka-Pukans and the Tokelauans have vanishingly low rates of heart disease. Imagine that, not related to the amount of LDL or total cholesterol in their bodies, probably because they're
comparing two different populations of people and looking at their cholesterol is kind of stupid. They may have varying risk factors. So why don't you just look at the one population and see if there's a relationship between cholesterol and heart disease? Like, by the way, Polynesians don't live particularly long, so I don't know why you're using that as an example.
They're insulin sensitive because they're not eating a bunch of seed oils and other garbage processed foods. I'll show you guys the study. Cholesterol, coconuts, and diet on Polynesian atolls, a natural experiment, the Puka Puka and Tokelau Island studies.
1981.
Primary author here is Ian Pryor.
Let's actually take a look at this paper real quick. Cholesterol, coconuts, and diet on Polynesian atolls. Natural experiment. Two populations of Polynesians living on atolls near the equator provide an opportunity to investigate the relative effects of saturated fat and dietary cholesterol in determining serum cholesterol levels. The habitual diets of the atoll dwellers from both Puka Puka and Tokelau are high in saturated fat but low in dietary cholesterol and sucrose. Coconut is the chief source of energy for both groups. By the way, they're eating whole coconuts that contain fiber, so that's going to blunt the cholesterol elevating effects of that saturated fat source. Tokelauans obtain a much higher percentage of energy from coconut than the Puka-Pukans, 63% compared with 34%. So their intake of saturated fat is higher. The serum cholesterol levels are 35 to 40 milligrams higher in Tokelauans than in Puka-Pukans. Okay. These major differences in serum cholesterol levels are considered to be due to the higher saturated fat intake. Analysis of a variety of food samples and human fat biopsies show high lauric and myristic content. Vascular disease is uncommon in both populations, and there's no evidence of high saturated fat intake having a harmful effect on these populations. Again, every fucking group of people are going to have different risk factors. So there are genetic risk factors for heart disease. There are lifestyle risk factors for heart disease, like stress is a big one. Stress is a huge killer. Rates of obesity are also a factor. So there may be other factors that are protecting them from heart disease. That doesn't mean cholesterol isn't an independent risk factor. And it doesn't look like the study looked at whether or not cholesterol is a big independent risk factor. They didn't look at these specific populations and look at the rates of heart disease in people with higher versus lower cholesterol. They're just looking at these two separate populations of people and seeing if there's differences in their rates of heart disease. Let's see. Methods, blah, blah, blah. Mean heights and weights and medium subscapular skin folds are shown for subjects aged 15 to 64. Tokelauans are heavier, of greater body bulk, and have larger subscapular skin folds than the Puka-Pukans. Mean cholesterol levels for both groups are set out in Table 2. Cholesterol levels are 35 to 40 milligrams higher in Tokelau males in each age group, and the differences are highly significant. Similar pattern is shown for females. There's a trend for levels to be higher in females than males in both groups. The mean triglyceride levels in fasting subjects are set out in Table 3. Levels are apparently higher in Puka Puka than in Tukalau and are lower in females than males in both groups. This could relate to the higher percentage of energy from carbohydrates, 52% in Puka Puka compared with 32% in Tukalau. Numbers are, however, small in Puka Puka because subjects there were not asked to fast as was done in Tukalau, and these differences have not been statistically tested. High-density lipoprotein cholesterol, low-density lipoprotein cholesterol estimations were not carried out with these samples, but have been carried out in surveys in Tukalau in 1976 and in Tukalau migrants. Dude, this study just sucks. They didn't even do data collection well. Overall health of both groups was good. Urines were tested. No cases of nephrotic syndrome or hyperthyroidism, blah, blah, blah. So let me see. They're not that tall, so they're like around 5'8", 5'9". Weight, kilograms, 55, 69, 70, 78. So what would that be? Like around 160, 170-ish? Cholesterol, milligrams per 100 milliliters. Is 100 milliliters a deciliter? Deciliter to milliliter. Yeah. So that's per deciliter. Okay. So it seems that for the more elderly these people get, the higher their cholesterol score becomes. So younger males and and what's weird is the females actually have higher cholesterol than the males in each age category. But at younger age groups, their cholesterol is almost at a good level, below 150. And as they age, their total cholesterol score goes up pretty substantially. So that's for the Puka Pukas. Sorry, Puka Puka and Tukalau. Yeah, the Tukalau have much higher cholesterol levels. Like, it looks like it's at, yeah, about 40 milligrams higher on average. Yeah, holy shit. Once they get into their 50s, their cholesterol score is through the fucking roof. Fat biopsy is something... Did they get mortality data? The observed differences in cholesterol levels between Puka Pukans and Tukalaus are set out, blah, 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 predicted, Hegstead formula, reasonably close to the observed, particularly in females, sure. They didn't get mortality data. There's literally no mortality data. So... What does this prove? There's no mortality data. All they found was that these groups of people have high cholesterol. The one group having significantly more cholesterol than the other group because they have more saturated fat intake. But there's no mortality data. So why is Paul saying, oh, see, this study proves that high saturated fat intake is fine? Where does it show that? There's no mortality data. Like, what?
Puka Puka and
Oh my
Tukalau
God, dude.
are 178, but the LDL cholesterol of the females is 4.6 with no increase in cardiovascular disease.
They didn't show that. Nowhere in that study do they go do they go through mortality data. So he's just fucking lying.
with no increase in cardiovascular disease.
He's just lying. He literally just showed a study on screen, went through one of the tables that showed, oh, see, they have higher cholesterol because they eat more saturated fat. And then he said, but they don't have higher rates of death. Where does it show that? Like, he's just lying.
Done multiple podcasts.
Dude, what a fucking lying jackass. Holy shit. See his hormone.
Cut out the garbage, cut out the seed oils, cut out the high fructose corn syrup.
Is this gonna fucking load?
I talked
LDL,
about my ApoB is 129.
Homocysteine, blah, blah, blah. This
Homocysteine,
isn't anything we
that
care
LDL
about.
causes cardiovascular disease after our tons of fruit juice, tons of honey.
Why is this taking forever to fucking load?
Or carbohydrates in the form of honey.
This is fucking weird. Holy fuck, load, bitch. Okay, I don't think he actually got a hormone panel done. He has a section that says hormones and other results, but it just shows insulin. It doesn't actually show
There's something going on in your brain.
prolactin, free T3, T4, DHT. Where's the... Yeah, he didn't get a, like, testosterone panel. Oh, here we go. Testosterone total 814, testosterone free calculated 12.5. And what is that in? Nanograms per deciliter. I think that's normal. Yeah, I think that's in the normal range.
No TRT. I've never taken it.
Yeah, so it says normal range 4.6 to 22.4, so he's in the normal range.
Total testosterone 814.
Yeah, back when he was carnivore, he had a testosterone score that would put him in the range of a hypogonadal 80-year-old man. So now that he's eating way more carbohydrates and fruit, his testosterone's normal. But this is hilarious. Paul just flat out fucking lied here. That was one of the most bizarre lies I've ever fucking seen him make. Yeah, he said, oh, cholesterol isn't a risk factor for heart disease. Shows a study of Polynesians with high cholesterol scores that has no mortality data. And he was like, see, this proves that high cholesterol isn't a risk factor for heart disease. But they have no mortality data. What a fucking jackass.
I heard a pop, he kept going. I said, you nuts? I thought I just pulled something, but then I went over and I started doing flies to see if I could stretch it out, and it fucking, it just got black and blue. How much of a tough SOB Brad is. Because it popped and he kept going. I'm like, are you nuts? And I told him in 3 days you're going to be black and blue, and I was 100% right. I mean, so what are you trying to do? Rip it up some more?
That's happened to my leg.
And that was right in the middle.
Adductor, yeah, I tore that as well in the leg press.
That was right.
Oh, mine was the leg press as well.
Yeah, total black and blue, horrible.
That was when I tried Trent for the first time, and that was right in the middle of the cycle. And I was starting to feel good, and then the whole other half of the cycle.
You were so amped up, you didn't want to stop training. Yeah. And you heard a pop, I said, you're done, Brad. In the meantime, he's repping out at other movements of the pec.
Get me an ice pack.
Looking forward to Jay's return on Labor Day.
Who's looking forward to it?
We all are.
Hi Fiji, I hope you're doing good tonight. Did you rest before stream? Any new Frank vids?
Yep, I slept all fucking day. Let me see. Frank Tufano. It appears that there is a new Frank vid. This is gonna be a fucking garbage one that isn't worth watching because he's gonna talk about how he's not gay, and he's just gonna go on and on about how this girl might be on steroids and how she is not eating organic. That's all this is gonna be. We'll watch that in a minute. Thanks for the donation, E.
How about looking forward to Jay's return on Labor Day?
Are we going to watch some Iran versus Israel content? I wish we could just nuke all those sand monkeys. Also, Frank has a really cringe video about a muscle mommy. Remember, he's not gay either, by the way.
We already watched some content about Israel and Iran. There's not much going on. Iran just made an attack that was very easy to defend against just for PR reasons. They didn't really do anything. And there's probably not going to be a regional war anytime soon with Iran and Israel. But yeah, we'll watch that Frank vid. Thanks for the donation, Jennifer Aniston.
Never heard of her.
Nate, we have to be sure to film you doing sets on Jay's old squat rack. He'll love that.
Who's Jay? Jay!
Yeah. Jay will drive his truck right through this fucking garage.
I don't want that. Nate, he was drunk when he said, I don't want Nate or Olivia using my.
And I'm going to hear it from Jay. Yeah, it's everything. Fucking hurts. I'm into the crumbs you left on that plate.
Time.
Well, no.
Yeah, you didn't get it in the time. You didn't complete
The lettuce I didn't buy.
Uncircumcised? It's too small, it doesn't get hard. You name
You gotta
it.
be happy with what you got.
Sometimes it gets infected. It hasn't been very reliable.
Oh, God. You're uncircumcised, huh?
You want to
Because
find
my
out?
brother is too.
How do you know?
Sometimes
You sucking him off too?
Well, my brothers used to do that shit. Lenny, stop fucking looking at me.
Did you look at that V taper?
Starting to twitch.
What?
5 more to finish the ments.
Okay, Pooh. We'll finish the men's. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Why is this guy not on stage? He could do any division. Physique, open, classic. No, look at your paper. What are you talking about? You got calves? He has shoulders?
He's got the body type where he can't gain fat. So he just gets lean muscle.
That's great.
You've never been chubby, have you?
He needs to get on stage.
I was telling you.
Don't you agree though? Just slap more mass in all the right places. Don't expand your waist.
Nate's built like a UFC.
How old do you have to be to fart in Canada? I don't think we have age restrictions on farting. I've always just farted.
If I didn't know you, Nate, I would definitely think you're a fighter.
That's funny. Everybody asks me if I'm a fighter. Yeah, for sure. Everywhere I go.
You were fat when you were little?
Yeah, I was hella fat.
They ask if he's a fighter.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, right. They're probably asking if he's a post-op transsexual, tranny Nate. Yeah, a fighter. Some fight you did out there, running for cover with that. You let Brad fight all your. Brad's not going to be around you all the time now. Isn't that something? What is it? What do you mean, what is it? That's a real communist Russian flag that went out in 1991.
Are we gonna put that next to your picture?
Yeah, piss you off.
How many dudes does it take to fight a drunk white dude?
You know what it reminds me of? Ivan
That guy who was out there?
Yeah.
No, he looked like if you
Shake
hit him, you
it,
wouldn't even
Tufano.
feel
I mean,
it.
that's the old Russian.
He was so drunk, if you clocked that guy, I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm
he
just
would
saying,
feel
but he's giving me shit.
Like this
No,
is
it doesn't shock.
it. Nate's getting upset, Lenny. That you're giving him shit.
No, I'm just saying, how many dudes does it take to take down a drunk white dude? Brad is the hero here. Why can't we just celebrate him?
He's on drugs.
We certainly did.
We celebrate
We're celebrating him.
A drunk white dude.
We're celebrating him and denigrating
Which one, dude?
Because you got that UFC look.
There are two drunk white dudes out there.
Mr. UFC. UFC pin line. What people?
People in public.
People in public. Like people in public all the time. That's a UFC.
Can you react to the 4:30-minute mark and tell me if these are jaw implants or natty jaw gains? Can you react to some old school vegan gains villains like Six-Pack Shortcuts or Furious Pete?
Let me see. The hell is he doing? 4:30. It looks like he got punched in the side of his face. Looks like his face is just swollen.
In the after video, it looks like I started growing tumors out of my cheeks, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So the total price for this jaw transformation, $44 for the jawliner chewing gum. And then to optimize your hormones for muscle growth, $76 for Black Ox Testosterone Booster, $46 for Blue Ox Testosterone Booster. Both of those are from enhancedlabs.com. And then $70 for MK677 from Next.
Shit. He's taking a fucking SARM.
Chems.com, and $41 for Slim Pills from enhancedlabs.com to be extra.
Okay, he's probably on a bunch of SARMs. These seem like pretty sus supplements. If I had to guess, the jawliner chewing gum stuff probably didn't do all that much. The reason why his face looks so swollen is probably because of the SARMs he's taking. If you do chew really dense chewing gum and exercise your jaw, the muscles will get bigger, but not that much. So if you're on steroids or some sort of SARM, that's going to, like, yeah, bloat up your face and make some of the facial muscles larger. But yeah, this is like really, really sus shit. There's probably some sort of SARM inside of this.
Testosterone Booster, $46 for chems.com.
And he's literally taking a SARM, MK677.
And $41 for Slim Pills, for a total of $200 are in the description below. If you use my code PLUS.
Yeah, that's weird. I wouldn't say he improved the appearance of his face. Like, again, that just looks so fucking weird. It actually looks like there's tumors growing on his face. Really strange. Furious Pete is not really making any fucking videos anymore, dude. I think his channel's dead, or he's doing something else. I think sometimes he's doing some eating challenges occasionally, but yeah, his channel's totally dead. There's nothing really to react to, like, he just eats food. Thanks for the donation though, Sneed.
You need to finish Breaking Bad. It is the best series ever, better than Friends and The Office.
Breaking Bad is not the best series ever. What's it called? Stranger Things is much better. In terms of crime dramas, if that's the best crime drama ever made, then there's not many good crime dramas. Breaking Bad is massively, massively overrated. The story at the beginning is kind of stupid and doesn't make any sense. Halfway through, there's some like good, funny, like entertaining episodes. Then it just gets boring as fuck, bro. That is one of the most boring shows I've ever seen. It just becomes scene after scene after scene of melodramatic bullshit that you just don't fucking care about. And it's so drawn out. It's people just staring at each other fucking eating food slowly. Like, it's not that good. I don't know why people think Breaking Bad is this amazing series. Like, most of it is either stupid or boring melodramatic crap that, like, I don't know why the fuck you'd care. I'm betting The Sopranos is better than Breaking Bad. I haven't seen The Sopranos yet, but I have a funny feeling The Sopranos is a better series than Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is so fucking overrated, it's not even funny. Thanks for the donation, though, Grandam.
Hey Gaines, how is my main man? I miss you and your sweet Jasmine. Oh so sweet Jasmine. Serious question. My son competes at rowing and he invited his friends to do it and now they are outperforming him. What advice to give him, my top G? I hate date.
Well, his friends may just have a genetic advantage over him where they might just be bigger, stronger dudes. So he's just going to have to work harder to outperform them. So he's going to have to spend more time in the gym, focus on his diet more, make sure his sleep is good. Like, you know, do everything he can to improve his performance so that he can stay competitive. That's really the only advice you can give him. Thanks for the donation, though. I am simp.
All right, ladies and
wait, we're not done here.
Hey, chase him out of Publix. Masses of people want your autograph. Look at those forearms. It looks like my dick.
How heavy do you go on these?
How heavy did you go with that needle? Don't lie to 200 milligrams my ass. Even UFC fighters still had to take more than that.
UFC fighters are natural.
No, they don't take UFC.
They should let them take
That's a loophole. They take some.
UFC fighters are the biggest fight. That would be funny.
Yeah, biggest Ronnie Coleman, 0.03 body.
No, I've never watched True Detective.
Actually, there was one. Bobby Lashley, who was in the WWE, and then he went.
He was that big fuck with really tiny ears, right?
Correct. I don't know if he fights anymore. I think he retired.
The Warlord mentioned the other day, saying, "That guy's not taking something. Give me a break." He says he knows.
Bobby Lashley was a monster. I don't think he didn't have any cardio though when he fought.
Honestly, it is. It's like he always has the best fabric.
Right in front of the flag.
Struggling with those 35s. You're training arms tomorrow. Why do you keep training arms today?
Just because I want to do something.
Down shoulders?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just want to train something, sweat a little bit, burn some calories, get some good food after this.
Yeah, Swanson make a great. Brad has some of the best platform I've ever seen. Him and Rob Zilla. Rob Zilla too. He would go all the way down.
It's too bad my legs don't fucking grow. I do fucking
Right, that
like
doesn't matter. You're gonna have to.
You know what's fucked up too? I hope everybody in my family has good calves with me. How the fuck did
You're
that
walking too much.
Sister, brother,
Remember
mother,
you
everybody got calves
tried
with me.
putting ankle weights on when you did deliver the mail? That would have made you smaller. You're just on your legs too much, and it's hard to recuperate.
If I put ankle weights on, you think
You're
that
Brad, if it makes you feel any better, look at these.
Brad, let me tell you something.
But it suits you.
If you stopped your job or you sat
Because my upper body's skinny.
if you sat in an office for a year, you would gain 2 inches on. If you continue to lift, you would gain 2 inches on your quads, and they probably look harder.
Just put him in a fucking wheelchair, so he doesn't have to fucking lift the legs.
Is it recuperation the key to bodybuilding?
Yeah, of course.
Recuperation. You're doing too much.
Or
You can eat more, or you can try to sleep more, but it's still, you're just doing too much. Even though you're in good shape, that's the way it is. I see Johnny Jackson, a lot of those guys who have good legs, they were in the military, they'd start the day with a 5-mile run in the morning, and that's why his legs were hampered. If you guys want to maximize your potential, I'm sorry to say that you have to do it before the age of 25 to 22. That's when you grow the most, and you can develop that initial size. Because I like to struggle, but you can look at the first people that benefited the most from these are Jay Masters and Andrew Calora. During those formative years, that was when they were at their best, and you can see the results.
WTF is meant anyway. Is that an abbreviation for something? Please react.
Ments is a Genova-ism. Jason Genova was reading some quote by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he misread moment, and he said ments. So it basically means funny retarded shit. Basically what it means. Let me see.
Hello? You order Chinese food? We got cookies, cola, oh, you fat fuck. You got egg roll, please, spare ribs. You got everything. Everything.
That wasn't funny. Oh my god. Wow. That's a water dog.
Edge.
Edge.
Have you ever been on an edging streak? Edge.
Edge.
Do they keep you in a state of edging? Edge.
Edge.
When you're not performing your edging, do they make you goon? Edge.
Edge.
Riz.
Riz.
What's it like to hold the yacht of someone you love? Riz.
Riz.
Do they teach you how to feel, sigma to sigma? Riz.
Riz.
Do you long for having your heart rizzed? Riz.
Riz.
Do you dream about being rizzed?
Riz.
Baby Gronk rizzed up lip.
Bro, thank you, but it would be rude not to inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 inverted question mark inverted exclamation exclamation mark inverted question mark inverted 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 exclamation mark lick my pussy not my cock inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 fuck the shit inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 chat fuck off inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark.
Thank you for that, I am Simp. Appreciate the donation, dude.
Be done. Riz. Do you feel that there's a part of you that's skibbity? Riz. Skibbity edge Riz.
Skibbity edge Riz.
Why don't you say that 3 times? Skibbity edge Riz.
Skibbity edge Riz. Skibbity edge Riz. Skibbity edge Riz.
Well, I think that dog passed the boy comp test.
Even though Israel easily intercepted most of the attack, Iran sent nearly 300 missiles both from drones and land-to-air ballistic rockets. That's nothing to downplay.
Look, they deliberately sent out an attack that was easily intercepted. They've done this before. The U.S. military took out one of their top generals, and they attacked a military base where they literally bombed, like, you know, a mile in front of the base. It's a PR move. It's not really an active war, and it doesn't escalate anything, so people are just freaking out over nothing. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. Oh, wait, we saw that one. Some of those tracks sound like they might be good. Thanks for the donation, one.
That is a wild take. I was so entertained by Breaking Bad that I finished the entire show in 2 weeks. Did you finish it? Most people really enjoy it. But I guess different strokes for different strokes. Put a poll in the chat, W or L for Breaking Bad.
I guess I could do a poll in chat. Let's see. Breaking Bad. W L. Like, again, it's overrated as fuck. I don't really care if most people really like it. Most people have terrible taste. It's okay. There's some entertaining episodes. There's shit that makes you laugh, but the majority of it is either stupid, doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, the writing is just bad. Characters have really poor motivations for what they do. And boring melodramatic horseshit. Like, I really don't fucking care how much Walt's wife, Skylar, just disapproves of him selling drugs. I don't need scene after scene after scene after scene of his wife bitching and complaining and threatening to have a divorce and weird, awkward fucking scenes of them eating slowly. Like, I get it, okay? His wife doesn't like him selling drugs. Can we move on? Like, that's what most of the show is. Thanks for the donation, though. Let's see. Mr. Codename Mike Donny Teller. Sorry, Christy, but you brought my chickles or chickies into this. Shame her.
I show speed on WWE.
Yeah, Christy is a disgusting, disgusting whore with a stinky hole. You know what, I'm gonna do the ban Christy goal again. Let's see. There we go. I show speed on WWE. He was actually in the WWE? What the that's pretty funny. Thanks for that donation, Grey Knight.
Why did Iran attack Israel? Did Israel start it or Iran?
Oh, well, Iran started it, okay? So they fund every terrorist organization in the area, including Hamas and Hezbollah. They fund these terrorist groups to attack Israel. They're responsible for the October 7th attack. So no, Iran's the one who started it. Israel recently took out like 7 of their generals and basically destroyed a lot of their chain of command in Hamas and in Hezbollah. That's why Iran launched this recent attack, but again, it's just a PR stunt. They deliberately used weapons that would be easily intercepted, so it doesn't really mean shit. Thanks for the donation, Gohan.
Fuck the chat and the mods inverted, question mark inverted, exclamation mark inverted, question mark inverted exclamation mark inverted 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 question mark inverted exclamation mark be a simp inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 let your girl have a BBC let her please inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 rewind inverted question mark inverted exclamation mark 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 inverted question mark.
Thank you for that, I am simp. Appreciate the donation, dude.
This is why you need to watch the rest. Also watch Your Honor. A judge hides his son's tracks after he killed a mafia son, and fucks his daughter.
You dye your meth with food coloring to make it look like mine. You already ape my product at every turn. But now,
the junkies get a better high.
A better high means customers pay more. A higher purity means a greater yield. That's $130 million of profit. You've got the greatest meth cook in America. Are you bring?
Cartel got.
You sure?
That does not look particularly exciting.
Walt, please. Let's both of us stop trying to justify this whole thing and admit you're in danger.
Who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see? Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Whoopie fucking diddly do. The whole idea that Walt is the only one who can make good meth too is fucking stupid. Like, meth is not difficult to make. Fucking retarded junkies in, like, trailer park shacks make fucking meth. It's not that hard. Like, the idea for the show is just kind of stupid. I'm not gonna watch Your Honor. Thanks for the donation though, Grandam. I'm not really into crime dramas. Dodo donated $2. Can you react to 3318?
People call me a commie, socialist, champagne.
233. Sorry, 22318.
Okay, all right. Last thing is a game. You also don't have to answer somebody if you don't want to.
Okay.
You can blaze through this. You don't have
Okay.
to provide an explanation.
Oh, I have to do it like, tier list.
Yeah. Because I am so wildly curious.
Okay, amazing. Alex Jones, amazing. One of the greatest fucking broadcast talents of all time. Anna Kasparian, I'm gonna put her in A tier because she hates me now, I think. But you know, I've known her for like 20 years. AOC S tier. Ben Shapiro D tier, I think overall. Bernie Sanders used to be amazing tier. I guess maybe S tier. Recently, he's been falling off a little bit. Brandon F tier. F for dead. He's dead. He's dying, and his chances of re-election are dead. Jank, I'll put Jank at S tier. Steven Crowder. Oh my God, major L for Steven Crowder. I'm glad that he was even incorporated into this list, honestly, because like
Hassan's a fucking moron. What do you fucking expect, dude? Thanks for that donation, Dodo.
Good evening, VG. I hope that you are doing great tonight. So, check out who received the honorary award of being Anti-Semite of the Week from StopAntisemitism.org. Lol, it was no surprise to me that they'd get it.
Hassan Piker. Yep. As Hamas livestreamed their invasion of Israel, Piker quickly came to the defense of Hamas, declared that there was no factual evidence of mass rape or murder by Hamas. Just fucking crazy. They literally livestreamed the attack. Hosted the streamer Destiny, during which Piker promoted the Jewish control conspiracy, popular anti-Semitic trope targeting the Jewish community. This absurd claim centered around the fallacy of Christians visiting Israel to serve Jewish people. Oh yeah, he also was hosting that fucking Houthi pirate who wants to kill all Jews. Yeah, what a fucking dipshit, dude. I fucking hate Hassan. Thanks for that donation, Ben.
Please draw my hairy ass dripping with semen. And being eaten by a very unusual ant. The ant must have a huge cock and also strange fingernails that have a fungal infection. Peas. Fuck the chat.
Okay, that's gonna be a difficult one. Let me see. I will draw that for you. Thanks for the donation, I'm Simp. 2 donated $2. What happened to the sit-up requests? They're still there. Sit-ups $1 per sit-up. It's right in the top corner right here. See, $1 per sit-up. Thanks for the donation, too.
Versift, go fuck yourself in a very nice way. Inverted question mark, inverted exclamation mark, 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 yes bro or they them, inverted question mark, inverted exclamation mark, 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 spank my wiener, inverted question mark, inverted exclamation mark, 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 inverted question mark, inverted exclamation mark. Oh, not too hard, poopsies.
Okay, thank you for that. How many legs do ants have? I don't know. Okay, there we go. There is an ant eating out your hairy ass that is dripping with semen. Strange fingernails that have a fungal infection. Okay, give me a second. Fingernails that have a fungal infection. There we go. Maybe we'll make it green. There we go. That's That is an ant eating out your hairy ass that is dripping with semen, and the ant also has a fungal infection in its fingernails. Thanks for the donation. I am Simp. Appreciate it. Hope that drawing suits you. Let's see. Joe donated $2. Rabbi explains why Christians are more anti-Jew than Muslims.
What?
Hey VG. They just released the Forgotten Jak and Daxter game on PS4 5 for only $10 on the PS Store. Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier. It's an upscaled version of the PSP game, but it plays well. I'm enjoying revisiting it. Recommended.
I'm not gonna play that. I remember trying out the demo on the PSP and it sucked. So I'm not gonna bother. They just need to make a new Jak and Daxter game. I know they're busy with other projects, but they should just make another Jak and Daxter game. Thanks for the donation, though, Jak and Daxter fan.
Why is it so anti-Jewish? Why? Because they have to, Christians, early Christians, as well as late modern Christians, have to explain away a major conundrum. Why don't the Jews believe in Jesus? I have spoken to many Christian leaders in my life. When I ask them, what is the question that comes up most frequently? One of them is, why don't the Jews believe in Christ? So you have to therefore explain that the Jews are blinded, that the Jews are evil, that the Jews never could see their salvation. They never could figure out their own book. They always turn their back on God. And that's the same idea that fueled the Epistle of Barnabas. The Jews never understood their own book. That's what's really going on. The Jews never understood it.
I don't think that makes any fucking sense. Anti-Semitism's rampant, especially in the Muslim world, but I don't think that explains Christian anti-Semitism. If you ask most Christians, they just have conspiratorial beliefs about Jews that don't really have anything to do with their religion.
Oh my bad, how did I not notice that lol? I guess it has to do with no requests being made for quite a while.
Yeah, Sam hasn't paid for sit-ups in a while, but thanks for that donation too.
Have you ever heard of this guy? This was hilarious. Imagine being at his live show and this happens. Please react.
Files proven to be the most popular, there is one name that is more notorious. This man is known as Yamataka Ai, who would go on to form Hanatarash, who would be known more for their live performances than their production of music. Live shows and concerts have always been an integral part not only for the consumption and enjoyment of music, but the financial well-being of many of the musicians involved. It's a chance for the band to connect with their fans. In a way, at times, with many fans, at the very least, they absolutely tear apart this idea. With their first live show involving a situation I cannot describe on YouTube, all I can say is it involved a cat. Before we get into some of the live antics of Hanatarash, let's describe the music. Hanatarash would produce a style of industrial noise that sounded not too dissimilar from a construction site. You may think this is a joke, but it's actually accurate, as Hanatarash would often use heavy machinery and power tools instead of actual instruments. Hanatarash felt the overexposure and popularity of punk in Japan had worn down its edge and appeal, which led them to develop their style, which was more akin to noise music than punk. Their fascination with power tools wouldn't only reach into their music, however. Early on in their career, Ai would strap a circular sword to his back, which seems strange but not overly dangerous, until you realise he found a way to keep it continually running whilst he performed, eventually resulting in the sword detaching from his back and almost severing his entire leg off. Incidents like this obviously led to more restrictions from venues, but Hanatarash had a taste of degeneracy, and there was no way any venue was going to be able to stop them. They had found a solution by offering audience members injury waivers and proceeding to smash glass over their heads as soon as they entered the venue. This all seems pretty insane, but it's nothing when you compare it to their notorious 1985 show. The audience members packed into the arena. However, this time they weren't met by a mechanical contraption or shards of glass, they were just met by silence. The audience shuffled in confusion until the venue got filled with the sound of an excavator engine. I proceeded to smash the excavator into the side of the venue, ripping down the wall, before lighting a Molotov cocktail and threatening to throw it into the crowd. Obviously it will stop, which would thankfully be the end of Hanatarash's reign of terror. Hanatarash got...
What the fuck is this? Who the hell would go to one of their live shows? That's retarded. Thanks for the donation one.
PLS straw a depiction of Dodo annoying you lol.
Oh, thanks for the big donation, David Chubby. Sure, I can do that. All right. Dodo annoying me. Oh, wait, that's the wrong... Let's see. Um... What does a dodo look like? Um... What do you think of Disney movie? Fuck. Ran out of space. Why am I... There you go. There's a picture of Dodo annoying me while watching my streams. Thanks for the big donation, David Chubby. Appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah. Black Lotus donated $2. Is this video okay? Skip to 225. Christy, stop contributing to this. 225.
They drop off the edge of the belt, and their bodies.
Yeah. Absolutely not. Absolutely not okay. Yeah, Christy is a horrible, horrible, evil person. Thanks for the donation, Black Lotus.
I found this video from 8 years ago. Hassan gives a brain-dead review of my favorite movie Rocky. You both are two peas in a pod with your dog shit takes on media.
No, we're not.
All right, guys, I'm Hassan Piker, and I'm a host on the TYT Network. I host one of those classic movies that I had never seen my entire life. I'd seen snippets of it, telling me, do not watch Rocky 1 first. Let's go into it with like an easier, more palatable Rocky, like Rocky 4. And I said, no, I'm absolutely going to watch this. This is that classic movie. I'm going to garbage. I don't care how you feel about this. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hatred for it. But I hope you can understand my take after I'm done explaining why I don't really appreciate Rocky and what I appreciate Rocky for. Rocky, for those of you who do not know, is a 1976 American like Sylvester Stallone, who has a hard time speaking. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, but they decided on that and everyone loved it. It's not for me. I'm not reviewing this movie back in 1976. I'm reviewing this movie in 2016. I watched it last year as a 23-year-old. So obviously, it's a little different for me as a first-time viewer who understands all the concepts that Rocky brought to the table and has appreciated that as an enthusiast for a very long time. Basically, it's just a really, really long movie that goes on for at an alarmingly crawling pace. Like, it's just so long, and I understand movies back then were just like that.
It wasn't that long. What was the running time? Rocky 1976 runtime. 2 hours? Bro, how many movies have come out lately that are like 4 hours long?
Gaines, please draw a raunchy picture of your beautiful wife, please. Is it possible you draw her doing a live stream while you are behind her trying to convince her to have boom boom time? And her dog is wiping their butts on the floor because of worms?
Okay, I'll draw that for you in just a moment. Thanks for the donation, dude.
There was a different way of storytelling, and we can talk about the ADD generation and the short attention span that we have now that
The movie was boring. That's his argument.
we have a shorter attention span than Goldfish. But Rocky, I mean, Adrian is a pet shop attendant who's shy and timid, and Rocky's this big burly guy who doesn't really know how to speak English that well. And they have this crazy relationship where essentially Rocky ends up raping Adrian the first time they ever get together alone. And like that might have
That's not what happened.
been acceptable back then when Rocky was like, hey, you can't leave, like it hates you. So it doesn't really matter. You have really no one to save you here.
There was no rape scene.
I'm a big burly man. I'm going to take advantage of you. I'm not saying change the movie at all. I'm not. And then
Holy fuck, dude. Hassan's a fucking retard. Holy shit. Kid Boo donated $2. Let me see.
You think you're the shit? You're not even the fart. Oh, holy shit!
Okay, that's good. Thanks for the donation, Kid Boo.
Hey Gains, you should up the price of the drawing shit, otherwise I will take advantage, bro. Love you both.
I might do that. We'll see how things go first. Thanks for the donation, I am Simp.
Are you feeling well? New Frank vids to watch.
There is, in fact, a new Frank vid to watch, and I can guarantee you it's going to be fucking horrible and miserable to sit through, but we'll watch it for you. Thanks for the donation, Sam. Appreciate it. I'm feeling pretty okay. All right, let's draw this weird-ass fucking drawing that makes no sense. Okay. Raunchy photo of your beautiful wife. Draw her doing a live stream while you're behind her trying to convince her to have boom boom time and your dog is wiping their butts on the floor because of worms. Okay, I'll try to do that. Let's see. Uh... We'll have her sitting on a chair, I guess. And that'll be her computer monitor. And I'll have a webcam over the monitor. Um... And here's me. Actually, I'll just not have any clothes on. Let's boom, boom. And then, I guess we'll have Finn wiping his butt on the floor because he has worms. All right, there you go. There's Jasmine doing a sexy stream while I'm trying to convince her to have sex, and Finn is wiping his butt on the floor because he has worms. Hope you enjoyed that drawing. Thanks for the donation. Who donated that? I am Simp.
I see you have restarted the Ban Christie campaign. Why did you restart it?
It's because Christy uploaded another video of her being a degenerate and eating chicken. Thanks for that donation, Sam.
Guy already came before you started with the dog and worms. You have talent gains.
Well, thank you. Glad you appreciate my artwork. Thanks for the donation, I am Simp.
This campaign from the Good Liars got me curious into purchasing a Trump Bible. Lol. Also, check out this cute and hot vegan baddie.
Let me see.
Trump Bible's here. The good book is now a great book.
It's like the Bible, but better. The Bible's out of date.
Would you guys like to get grifted? I'm selling Bibles.
They're cautionary parables. There's so much to be learned from Donald Trump's life.
This is a passage from the Trump Bible.
And Donald Trump said unto his servants, I shall change the path of the hurricane with thy Sharpie.
So, this naked drawing is acceptable?
Yeah, I don't see why not. It's like, it's not exactly photorealistic, so I don't think I'll run into any trouble. Thanks for the donation, though, Sam.
Among the listeners was a humble tradesman named Billy Bush. And Donald Trump said unto Billy Bush, when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
Hoping to sow doubt and division among the people and seize power for himself. Trump said unto the people, check his birth certificate.
Donald Trump saw an opportunity to profit from the faith of his loyal followers. He commissioned the printing of countless Bibles.
Can you please draw yourself getting head from Michaela Peterson? Why Jordan Peterson is nearby huffing a mask of copium?
Yes, I can draw that for you. Just give me a minute. Thanks for the donation, Jimmy boy.
The ballots were counted, and as the results announced, it became clear that Donald Trump had not secured enough votes.
That's not a Bible story.
No, it is a Bible story. It is. It's in the Trump Bible. See? Trump Bible, and it's a story in it, so it's a Bible story.
It's a grift.
Based. I don't find this girl attractive. She looks like she has a 12-year-old's face. So she has a nice butt and everything, but yeah, her face creeps me out. She has like a 12-year-old prostitute. She literally looks like a 12-year-old prostitute, so a little weird. Can't really get into that. Thanks for the donation though, Bend Over.
Oh, Gaines, you such a good sport. I screenshot it. It's swank material for a month or 777 duo trigentillion 777 trigentillion 777 trigentillion 777 novum gintillion 777 octovigintillion 777 septvigintillion 777 sexvigintillion 777 quinvigintillion 777 quarter-vigintillion 777 revigintillion 777 duovigintillion 777 unvigintillion 777 vigintillion 777 novemdecillion 777 octodecillion 777 septendecillion 777 sexdecillion 777 quindecillion 777 quartuordecillion 777 tridecillion 777 duodecillion 777 undecillion 777 decillion 777 nonillion 777 octillion 777 septillion 777 sextillion 777 quintillion 777 quadrillion 777 trillion 777 billion 777 million 777,777 get some 77 octodecillion 777 septendecillion 777 sexdecillion 777 quindecillion 777 quartuordecillion 777 tridecillion 777 duodecillion 777 undecillion 777 decillion 777 nonillion 777 octillion 777 septillion 777 sextillion 777 quintillion 777 quadrillion 777 trillion 777 billion 777 million 777,777
Thank you for that. I am Simp. Appreciate the donation, dude. Let's see. Suck it. You carnist whore. Thanks for that donation, Golden Boy. Appreciate it. Thank you for that. B, appreciate it. Let me see. No. Michaela, I don't know how to spell her name. That is not good. Okay, there you go. There's Michaela Peterson sucking my penis, and Jordan Peterson is watching while coping. Oh wait, I forgot to draw my hair. There we go. And Jordan Peterson is coping, just watching in the corner. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Maybe I should donate $1,000 to help the ban campaign move faster.
How about this? If you donate 1,000, I'll just ban Christy right now. I'll move the goal to 1,000. Kind of sick of her meat-eating antics. You know what I mean? There we go. There we are. So we can get her banned tonight, if you would be so generous. Thanks for the donation, Sam.
Andrew Calora at Natural, he looks like a pro bodybuilder, let's face it. What separates him from a pro? A little bit tinier waist, a little bit more mass? I mean, to be clean like that? What if Andrew went on a pro cycle? He'd be 250 and shredded. If he worked with one of those gurus, basically telling him what to eat, what to take at all times, and monitoring, Andrew Calora would be 260, 270 ripped.
So you think the peak years are from 18 to 25 when you will get, or younger than 18?
14 training.
14?
Start training at 14, not the peak years, but to gain the mass, 14 to 25. And another thing, if you don't get a 600 pound bench by the age of 25, it's probably not going to happen. You look at Ted Arcidi, you look at Anthony Clark, all those guys, they were benching 600 as teenagers. Andrew Calora, 19. You think about
He was 19 when he did that 650?
Calora was, he was 19, he was over 500. He did 650, I think, at 22, 24.
That's fucking insane how he's so nice.
But that's, you know, obviously you get on some gear, and you eat, that's when because you're not really busted up
You
yet.
gotta get good gear. There's a lot of bullshit out there, man.
Good basic gear.
This shit's good.
Fat nuts in your mouth. Don't say I got a pocket of fats.
The Chinese fuck that fat phone in my pocket.
Pull it back, come on. Oh, it's ready.
All right, let's watch some praying.
Gentlemen, Frankie Eyeballs is back. I'm still a little cross-eyed, so I'm keeping the nickname. And look, guys, the muscle mommies come to me. I search what I eat in a day on YouTube, most viewed weekly. This is what we're getting. And my criteria is usually, you know, something that's interesting, a video that's between 10 and 15 minutes. And it so happens to be, you know, that, you know, some girls that, well, we'll save the crew jokes for a few minutes from now, but I guess we can just call Sundays or like the weekend day of eating reviews like Muscle Mommy Sundays at this point. So
Hello, and welcome to my studio, which is actually just the dining room table. But welcome back to the channel, unless you're new. Oh my gosh. I was really sick the past couple days.
Wow, this is already boring.
But I'm getting better.
like, is she bad enough to be like, it's okay, you can cough in my mouth, or are we like almost there?
Now I just have some congestion still. Anyway, as you might have been able to tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be going through what I eat.
In my criteria, it would be, is she hot enough for me to not ask her to put her phone on airplane mode when we're hanging out? Like, how much do I care?
In a day to get lean and strong. To break down what that means, getting leaner would mean losing body fat, and so to do
To get lean and strong, she's explaining what that means. All right, I guess maybe we're catering towards a low IQ audience. We'll have to check the comments later.
that, you have to be eating in a calorie deficit, which just means consuming less calories than you burn day to day. And I know that nutrition for beginners can be overwhelming sometimes, and I wanted to show you that it doesn't have to be overly complicated and you can still work towards your goal.
Do you think Frank's been bamboozled again with the second eye surgery? His eyes doesn't look all that fixed.
Yeah, they only did surgery on the right eye, and the left eye is still cross-eyed, so... with how severe his cross-eyedness is, he might have to get another surgery, and that might not even totally fix it. He's an idiot. That was the worst fucking idea he's ever had. $30,000 to become cross-eyed. He's a fucking moron. Thanks for that donation, Grey Knight.
Goals. I'm not tracking my complete macros at the moment. All I track right now is my protein and my calories. And I found that that's very manageable for me. It's something that I can continue to do and stay on track with any kind of diet. The most important thing is that
The thing about the IFYM, if it fits your macro stuff, is it's like applying to the context of conventional standard American diets. And in the bigger picture, it's really an excuse to hide the truth about food quality and the importance of going organic and getting grass-fed meats and all that stuff. Because if you are eating truly high-quality food and doing all home cooking, it doesn't matter how much you eat. It does not matter what you eat. You will become attractive and develop a good body composition. It might take a little while, but, you know, I mean, I've been eating whatever.
There's no way that I'd ever see MAGA Mike Johnson stand up to the cult leader by referring to Trump as this also, this.
Let me see.
Around the world to come here, including hardened criminals, including hardened criminals, hardened criminals, hardened criminals.
Is that real?
Gig start new job tomorrow. Also draw a pic of Richard Burgess holding hands with Frank Tufano and Cosmic Skeptic and saying I'm vegan gains and these are my friends. Also everybody is naked and leaking cum.
Alright, Gig, I'll draw that for you in just a moment. Thanks for the donation, Gig, and good luck with your new job tomorrow.
Yes, Frank, we know you are bi. She has no muscle. I would rather see Vladislava Galagan doing a workout.
I wouldn't say she has no muscle, but she's not at a point where you'd call her a muscle mommy. And Frank's not bi, he's just gay. That's just pure cope. He is not interested in girls at all. Bro, was this real though? Or was this deep?
Everybody from around the world to come here, including hardened criminals, including hardened criminals, hardened criminals.
Was that real?
Hardened criminal.
The way Trump looks at him. That's weird.
Hand me my comically oversized chicken leg. God bless. General, come in and give me my status update.
My king, we are losing the siege.
Why can't you just not lose? I want to go take over the neighboring kingdom because they don't speak the same language that we do. If you work really, really hard, and you're really, really smart, maybe one day you too can be king. I'm just kidding. You're gonna die, peasant.
My liege.
What?
The peasants' harvest has failed, and they're not going to be able to pay tribute this month.
Have they tried not buying wheat?
My liege, the peasants need wheat to live.
Dispatch Sir David Ramsay.
My king, the battle has been lost.
I think you're being lazy. The Black Plague is a hoax made up by witches, which I call liberals. I just made that term up today. Does anyone here know someone who's had the Black Plague? I
know someone who got it.
Execute that man. Okay, yeah, bring the peasant in.
My king, there has been a dragon sighting in your kingdom today.
I'm gonna need some proof.
I saw it on Peasant Book.
I fully believe you. Hey!
Yeah, that's basically what a boomer would be like in the Middle Ages.
Christy is so insufferable that her boyfriend broke up with her and her brother literally killed himself. How long will you wait to ban her before you lose one of us? Blood could be on your hands. Sam. You are our only hope.
Yeah, if somebody pays the dono goal, then I'll ban her. Our lives might depend on it. Thanks for the donation asking. Okay, so... Picture of me holding hands with Frank Tufano and Cosmic Skeptic saying I'm vegan gains and these are my friends. And everybody's naked, dripping pre-cum. Alright. Actually, fuck. I need to do this larger. I am vegan gains, and these are my friends. There we go. That is me holding hands with Frank Tufano and Cosmic Skeptic while we're all naked and dripping pre-cum, and me saying, I am vegan gains and these are my friends. Thanks for the donation gig.
Whatever I want, carbs, fats, proteins, anything on my current organic liver detox diet, and I have always had
Do you know the YouTuber Double for Anime and what happened to him after Filthy Frank publicly mocked him? He went insane and became a meth addict. I followed his deranged posts on Insta until he disabled his account. Also, can you unban RC8802? He was impersonated.
I don't know who that is that you're asking me to unban. I have no idea. I also don't know who that guy is who went insane after Filthy Frank made a video about him. Never heard of him. Thanks for the donation asking.
an excellent body composition and looked good and had an excellent appearance. There's never been any reason for me to ever track what I eat from a caloric, protein, fat, carbohydrate, whatever amount. I eat as much as I want. I stuff my face like a pig. I eat a loaf of organic bread every day, and I still look and feel good. But you know, that's the bigger picture of health. You should be able.
So Frank has admitted he only eats about like 1,500 to 2,000 calories per day. He just doesn't eat much.
To eat as much high quality natural food as you want if you have everything in check. You don't have to eat this standard American diet nonsense and be
You can eat any food, and if you overeat, you'll gain weight.
Weighing food and stuff.
It's manageable. So, for me, the high protein is very important because protein.
But would I go to McDonald's with her? I mean,
is what maintains and builds muscle, and we want to keep our muscle. A couple things to keep in mind are that every person has their own individual goals and needs for those goals. So what I go over today is specific to me. And another thing is that this is an ideal what I eat in a day. There are many times.
Okay, so if this was my day of eating, we'd already be like on lunch, basically. We'd be on lunch already. You know, no dilly-dallying, no yapping.
In life.
I'll do whatever she says, bro. I'm scared.
I try to drink 2 of these a day to stay uber hydrated.
Like the mineral ratios to, you know, all right, bro, I'm going to make a weight loss app. I'm going to move to Moscow, the ingredients one by one.
This is what we're looking at for breakfast. So I have my liquid egg.
Okay, I like this because I can actually critique the ingredients one by one. So, liquid egg whites, I mean cage-free, that's basically just conventional egg whites, and they're pasteurized too. So those compared to like the corn and soy-free egg whites that are raw we saw in Frankie's Strange Meat, night and day difference, and I bet you ours are priced similarly. That's some type of fruit spread, which, I mean, berries can be kind of high in oxalates, especially like a really dark fruit spread, not that great for your liver, but most of the time people use a small amount, so it's not a crazy big deal. Dave's Killer Bread is not an ironic name. There's so much crap in there, I'm surprised people think it's a health food, you know? Usually there's some vegetable seed oils, but the bigger issue is it's just so many different grains and seeds and very high anti-nutrient, like mainly those seeds and stuff. And hickory smoked uncured turkey, I mean, that's just conventional feedlot turkey. Not high quality at all. I guess even from a health perspective, redundantly, the bread's the healthiest thing there is. And regardless of the ingredients of these breads and how high quality they are and if they're sourdough or not, all these companies are using tap water. You know, they're not crazy like me. They're not making everything with glass bottle mineral water and losing money living in a shack.
So I have my liquid egg whites from Costco. Thank you, Costco. Turkey bacon, also from Costco. Bagel, Dave's Bagels, because whole grains and protein. Jelly or jam. And then my scale, so that I can weigh out my egg whites. I'm going to do about 200 grams.
This is pretty interesting.
Let me see, Twat Destroyer.
A group of French tourists has just arrived in North Korea at a hotel only for foreigners. We've slipped in amongst them. It's already 10 p.m., but we feel like taking a little walk outside. The porter follows us, looking worried. He waves us back, as it's strictly forbidden to leave the hotel on your own without an official guide. Nevertheless, we insist.
Thank you. Stop. 못 나갑니다. No.
The tone is polite but firm, and reluctantly we go back in.
You know it's shit like this that the left does that makes me want to unfollow this page that has a high credibility rating according to fact checkers, but I agree with my senator on this point.
Let me see. GOP senator calls for U.S. retaliatory strikes on Iran. It's just not necessary. Again, the Iranian strike was entirely done for PR. It was never intended to actually kill anybody or cause any real damage or harm. I would like to see Iran collapse in a war. I think war with Iran might eventually be a good idea, but right now, there's not really any point in doing it. The regime itself is losing a lot of power, so if you can wait things out, see what happens, there may not even need to be a war. But thanks for the donation, Ben.
Frank Tufano and an umbrella corporation created and programmed Vladislava Galakan clone on Shot Desk.
I don't see that ever happening, since Frank's an idiot. He wouldn't be able to clone anything, and he also hates women. See if she has any... Oh my god.
Look at you, Rufus. Rufus come to us when he was around 8 months old.
Whoa.
It didn't take Rufus long to discover the couch.
Oh my god.
5:30, 6 o'clock. He's at... Hello, buddy. Every evening, Rufus comes to the back door, wanting to know he can chillax for the evening in the house with us. Watch a bit of TV, have some cuddles, that kind of stuff.
Dude. I want a fucking kangaroo. That's amazing. Holy shit.
It's reserved just for Rufus.
Look at him.
When we go to bed at night, that's when Rufus goes
Oh
back
my
outside with all the other kangaroos.
That is
We are a
such an
sanctuary
adorable
called Pumpkin's
fucking
Patch
kangaroo.
Sanctuary. In
That's
South Australia,
amazing.
it's a
See if she has any new content.
Oh, ew!
3, 2, 1, ready?
Hey guys, so today I'm gonna
show the square front. Now I'm gonna get your left.
We're just like feel so robot.
One hand protect. Both hands down. Around. Find it. Battle. To each match point.
Cut!
Oh my god. Come on, championship rounds.
Oh my god. Oh! The upper body. Speed. Face. Come on. Face. Oh! Oh! Keep going. Not here, man. It's coming for you. Hey, follow, I want to be Scott right now.
I'm just tired.
Frank!
Hey!
I think I will die not from a headshot, from fucking exhaustion after this.
But hey, somebody's got.
See your Instagram. She's pretty damn fine. She's got a really nice butt. How are her nipples always hard? Those are some nice hard nips. That is good. We'll watch some of this after Frank.
Potentially dangerous, That too is a wild creature.
Well, I think that that kangaroo was raised in captivity, and it seems pretty friendly and nice. Thanks for the donation, Sam.
Let's whip it up. Ooh, breakfast is done. Look at this. Fresh hot cup of joe. Let me actually get my first sip right now.
She weighs about 85 kilograms and is about 178 centimeters tall.
Yeah, she's a big girl. I like girls that are like really big and muscular and tall. It's pretty hot. Thanks for the donation, Sam.
Hot and good.
I mean, is it that bad? I would say the bagel and jam component, I don't have much of an issue with that. The protein should just be much higher quality, and then we'd have an actual reasonable meal.
Let's eat. Breakfast. Little workout in. Nothing crazy. Don't want to push
These
myself on.
videos are
Put out
just
my
so
chicken.
bad.
So I got my frozen chicken, again, from Costco. Costco is my goat.
Let me guess, it's not organic, it's not free range, blah, blah, blah.
So I have 4 pieces. I usually like to have a pretty big lunch. So 4 pieces. I mean, they're not that big. Actually.
Nvidia is basically Apple now. They use the exact same marketing strategies to make consumers spend more on slightly better product while waving carrot in front of your face. React to at least his first 2 minutes.
Apple and Nvidia, they might not like each other, but Nvidia is starting to look a lot more like Apple every single day. And no, I'm not talking about how Nvidia releases the same GPU every generation, like how Apple releases the same iPhone every year.
It's the same phone as last year with USB, I don't know, better cameras. That's kind of it.
And I'm also not talking about their market value. What I'm talking about today is this. You start off with the Mac Mini. It's only $500. Like, wow, that's a freaking deal. It has an 8-core CPU, a 10-core GPU, but it has 8 gigabytes of memory and only 256 gigabytes of storage. Well, you could get another version of it that costs $700. You get the same 8-core
More unnecessary
CPU
animal kidding.
Yes, I think you mean killing, but yeah. All these people are scumbags. Thanks for the donation, Sam.
In the same 10-core GPU, but you still get 8 gigabytes of memory, and you're paying $200 for only 256 gigabytes of storage. But you're like, oh, I really want some more RAM. If you jump up to $1,200 on a Mac Mini, you can get 16 gigabytes. So just enough from you at each tier of product that you're enticed to upgrade to the next one to solve the problem of the one before it, but then they mark up their prices extremely high, which leads me into these graphics cards. The RTX 4070, the 47...
Mahi Yasiak Kulu Goft, Narmodaman Digaraz, Ingardesh Hazaist Shodam, Mizar Amrabi Oftam, Obi Ravambi Binom Jahe Diga Chazabar Hayast. Momkanast Fikoni Kayek Kasi, in half Harabi Mahi Kulu Yodade, Amabi Manzoda Vaktast.
I don't speak Spanish, but thanks for the donation, Endalam. Appreciate it.
70 Super and the 4070 Ti Super. And these cards exactly replicate Apple's strategy. Let's dig into it right after a quick word from our sponsor.
You guys gotta be up.
Well, yeah. The way their relationship with their board partners is also a lot like Apple, actually, too. Thanks for the donation, A.
Pause. That'll be defrosting while I go train, and this can go back in the freezer. All right, we're buckled up. Well, actually, we're not buckled up, but we're strapped up mentally, ready to hit the gym. Don't mind that box. Just don't mind it, okay? Definitely not going too crazy.
She has a weird spot on her eye.
I know what it is. She sounds kind of dead inside, right? Like, she's not stupid, but she almost sounds like it. That's what I really like. What I really like is those girls that have really wide set eyes. So their eyes are really far apart, so they look kind of stupid, but they're really pretty. And they also sound kind of dumb, but they're not, because they speak like 9 languages. That's my type, 100%.
Just gonna hit some upper body.
What? Frank's type of girl is a girl that looks dumb, but is pretty, and talks dumb, but is actually smart. What the fuck?
And see how it feels. Should be fine.
He doesn't have a type in women. He's not interested in women, clearly.
And this dude goes like, Do you ever think butterflies get tattoos of fat white chicks on themselves? Well, I mean, she's out.
Means, but I had fun, so I'm glad I went.
What was the workout? You coughing?
Wash your hands.
It's a possibility. Bro science.
This is my go-to right here.
I got a story, actually. I'll critique this meal first, then I'll tell the story. So the organic quinoa, I don't know what else is in that, but honestly, that's not that unhealthy. Broccoli is green, anti-nutrients, thyroid-attacking chemicals, not great. I personally always recommend cauliflower instead of broccoli. I think cauliflower is healthy, something I would eat every day. We actually have it in the giardiniera we make for Frank.
Broccoli is better for you than cauliflower.
Ranch foods. And the chicken, I just explained why it's not good. But a few years ago now, I took a flight from New York to Philadelphia. Was it Philadelphia? No, New York to Pittsburgh, because there was a beef slaughterhouse, or some slaughterhouse was for sale in Pittsburgh. So instead of driving 6-7 hours, I took a flight to Pittsburgh from New York, and then the guy picked me up and took me to his property. But point of the story is they gave me lunch, and I didn't really want to eat it. I just wanted to go home. But I said, you know what? What's the worst thing that can happen? They fed me. It was just a regular conventional burger bun from the store with a homemade chicken salad. They used like the feedlot chicken, all that stuff. And I honestly don't know if it was just the chicken sandwich or the stress from my work going on, but I didn't sleep for like a week straight. I had the worst headache of my life for 2 days. This factory farm meat, especially chicken. I actually don't think pork is as bad as chicken, but chicken is just so bad for you. The conventional stuff can't be against it enough.
I eat chicken almost every day.
Hey, I play Minecraft with her. You guys know
About 5 p.m. This is where I'm at.
And another thing is even just the regular conventional Texas cattlemen's feedlot beef, carnivore diet.
I thought Frank was against counting calories.
Yeah, he is. He didn't say anything suggesting he's in favor of counting calories. Thanks for the donation, Will Mage.
It would be healthier than this. Can we get...
I'm in my comfy clothes now.
Dude, this is so boring.
Creatine.
We made a video on creatine a couple of years ago now, which was pretty heavily shadow banned because I explained like it's bad for your kidneys, bad for your organ
Creatine is not bad for your kidneys.
system, can cause hair loss. Would never take creatine.
Creatine does not cause hair loss.
It's not worth it.
It's an excellent supplement for if you're looking to build muscle. I'm also rewatching The Walking Dead right now. I love this show.
A few moments later.
We're back in the studio.
Tomorrow will be one for the history books. Trump will finally be closer to be held accountable for his 2016 Stormy Daniels hush money/election interference case trial. Best things Trump's required to attend each day.
Yeah, that's funny. It's going to make it super hard for him to travel. It's great.
Tracking history being made this week, the criminal trial of former President Donald Trump slated to begin tomorrow in New York City, where Trump is accused of using hush money payments to hide an affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels. Now, with Monday's proceedings, Trump will become the first ever former American president on trial in criminal court. And he spent the weekend pleading his case for stopping the trial altogether. News Nation's Emily Finn tracking this for us. Emily, what is Trump saying about this?
Natasha, the former president hosted a campaign rally in Pennsylvania this weekend, taking aim at the legal process playing out in New York City ahead of Monday's start to his criminal hush money trial. He's been ramping up those attacks on the prosecution and District Attorney Alvin Bragg in the final days before he heads back to court.
On Monday in New York City, I will be forced to sit fully gagged. I'm not allowed to talk. Can you believe it? They want to take away my constitutional right to talk. I have a crooked judge.
Former President Trump.
That's not true. He has a gag order on talking about the trial and the judges and their families.
Railed against his upcoming New York City trial at his last campaign rally before his first criminal trial begins. Trump has said he plans to spend his days in court and his nights on the campaign trail as he continues his bid for another term in the White House. Earlier in the week at Mar-a-Lago, he called the trial a scam.
I'm testifying. I tell the truth. I mean, all I can do is tell the truth.
What's funny is the other guy who was responsible for this is already in jail, so Trump is just as fucked as he possibly could be. He's gonna lose. I don't know how he can call the trial a scam when the one dude's already being found guilty.
And the truth is that there's no case, and it's very bad for New York, and it's very bad. and it's very bad for the judicial system in New York.
Trump is facing 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, charges that he denies. It's all in connection to alleged falsified records covering up hush money payments to porn actress Stormy Daniels and former Playboy model Karen McDougal, who both claim they had sex with Trump before he was elected president back in 2016. Potential witnesses for the prosecution include both of those women, as well as former Trump campaign aides. But Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, the man who says he paid Daniels on Trump's behalf and was convicted and sentenced to 3 years in prison for lying in court, is expected to be a star witness in the New York City trial. Speaking with Politico over the
yes, this is going to be great.
weekend, Cohen said he thinks the prosecution has a solid case to convict the former president.
If it wasn't, I assure you and your listeners that Alvin Bragg and his team of prosecutors would never have brought this case.
Do you think we'll be surprised by some of the corroborating evidence?
I do.
But Trump took aim at Cohen in a series of posts on his Truth Social account, with legal analysts saying his comments could be in violation of his gag order in the case.
Have a good time watching.
Yeah, Trump is so fucked. It's hilarious.
Studio for dinner, which is going to be a chicken salad sandwich. Dave's Killer Bread.
I mean, she actually seems nice, and she's funnier than a lot of these other girls. So I think out of all the muscle mommies we've reviewed, Apple's organic peanut butter, compared to everything else she's eating, that's actually not that bad.
Protein added up, 154 grams, which is golden. That's right around where I want to be. And then all the calories, same thing.
At guessing ethnicities, but she looks Polynesian.
Where are you from? Okay, this one's actually a little trickier. So, I live in Hawaii.
I was
I've
right.
lived here most of my life. I've been here past like 11 years, and then I also.
You guys have no idea. The past probably 20 times. Maybe I'm. But we do have steak sauce tried out.
All right, well, that was terrible. As you would expect. Like, it's funny how he makes such garbage fucking content that he's wondering why he doesn't get the viewership he wants.